Gettysburg trip.
That's all.
Here is the posse right over here. Yes, the posse, that's right. There they are. We're introducing the 2005 Gettysburg trip. Right now, we're headed out for General Pickett's buffet,
Yes.
and that's
Enemy! 500 yards! 5 seconds!
Put in the, take a look, the short's aimed right, put in your fuse. The short's aimed right. Now step back, because this gun is going to recoil. Okay, don't take too long, they're getting close.
Fire!
Pause it, and the gun will shoot.
Gettysburg trip.
That's all.
Here is the posse right over here. Yes, the posse, that's right. There they are. We're introducing the 2005 Gettysburg trip. Right now, we're headed out for General Pickett's buffet,
Yes.
and that's
Enemy! 500 yards! 5 seconds!
Put in the, take a look, the short's aimed right, put in your fuse. The short's aimed right. Now step back, because this gun is going to recoil. Okay, don't take too long, they're getting close.
Fire!
Pause it, and the gun will shoot. If we do this a couple times, we're doing pretty well. These Confederates came up here and he told his men, fix bayonets. And I suppose all along this hill you could hear the click, click, click of the bayonets.
Wait, Virginia! Sword!
Say hi, Kate. Hi, Allison. Hi, Kate. Hi. That's Kate. We're in the cyclorama. I just said that. Actually,
My sister sat on mine, so
she did.
15,000. 15,000. The left man is by this little monument out here. The right man is about a quarter of a mile down.
That's Colonel Allen, Paul, Captain Spencer are running down the line saying, "Don't stop, men, don't stop." The captain's sword and yank it out of his hand. So now the captain doesn't have a sword. Native man used to run.
Hello.
Hi, it's a great bunch of kids. Sweetest ever. Fantastic. Coffee.
Yes.
And there's Miss Mills. Taylor. And there's Hacksaw. There's Hacksaw.
Oh, mine.
Armistead. And over on your left, you can probably see parts of Gettysburg Triple. This whole line where it starts is going to be almost a mile long, from end to end. But one soldier in your brigade reported, now we hear the murmur and jingle of a large corps in motion. Colonels on horseback ride slowly over the brow of the ridge, followed by a glittering forest of bright bayonets. All the soldiers have bayonets fixed on the rifles. The whole column is now within sight, coming down the slope with steady step and superb alignment. The rustle of thousands of feet amid the stubble stirs a cloud of dust. Where's this guy? How's he related to you?
He's my son.
Your son, exactly. That was he ran over to him, prayed on sunset in his lap for a few minutes. Another regiment saw what was going on. The captain up out to look at he shot him. Again, it's more before the start of the war, 3 of those children had died, and the captain's wife had also died. So when Hezekiah...
All right.
Captain,
Yeah, that's. No, I think her mother told her not to, you know?
You're out of the war, huh?
bring the company across.
Company, across. Company, be careful.
Completely in half. So you have that going on. Some soldiers try to stop at the fences and wait, Virginia! Charge!
So these Confederates came up here and he told his men, fix bayonets. And I suppose all along this hill you could hear the click, click, click of the bayonets. They pushed the Southerners back up over the hill. Chamberlain would later give him the Medal of Honor for what he did at Gettysburg. He used his hand, he thought about the problem that you must do as you face problems, go through life, and he used his head very well. He won this part of the battle. There are many people who say this was the one that mattered. Let me tell you a quick war story if you don't mind. Korea, I was a second lieutenant. I went to the regiment, the 5th Regimental Combat Team. The colonel assigned me to A Company, 1st Battalion. And I went down there to report in. It was late in the afternoon. The Sergeant Major, the colonel briefed us on what was going on. And our men were up on a hill. There were 2 hills. My company, A Company, was on one hill. B Company was back in the rear. And the colonel briefed us and he said, Skip, you'll go up to A Company. Bob, you'll go up to B Company. What's the name? You'll be in C Company. Go up tomorrow, get some rest. You've been on troop ship for 17 days. Rest up, you go up tomorrow. Well, I'd been resting for 17 days. I wanted to get with my soldiers. So I went to Sergeant Major and said, Todd, I want to go up with my soldiers. I don't want to wait till tomorrow. So he got a man to guide me, and we went up, and I reported in to Captain Shaw, the company commander. And he said, good to have you. We're expecting an attack tonight. We're going to be hit. Good to have another officer. You'll take 1st Platoon, but stay here tonight, go down tomorrow. Tomorrow you go down and join your men. So I was in the bunker, and about 1 in the morning, we were hit by all kinds of shell fire, and we knew we were under heavy attack. Captain Shaw, the first shell landed right on our bunker. He was killed. The first sergeant was killed. The executive officer was killed. As a second lieutenant, first day there, I was the only officer left. I'd had Ranger training, Special Forces training. I felt very ready for it. I was as scared as any of them. I knew what I had to do. So I got on the radio and I called my 3 platoon sergeants. Officers all gone, the sergeants taken over. I said, have you men pull their heads down. We're going to fire flares and see what's out there. So I fired, well, first of all, I told them I'm Lieutenant Wentz, so I'm taking command of the company. There must have been some loud gulping out there. The second lieutenant taking command of the company at that point. At any rate, we fired flares, and all you could see were Chinese soldiers coming up this hill. And there were so many, you couldn't 36 men. We started up the hill, and they started up the hill. And I told the men, pull your head down, I'm going to fire artillery. So I called in artillery and flares. As they lit the battlefield, the shells started landing right on the Chinese soldiers. And my sergeants were yelling, pour it on, Lieutenant, pour it on, you're right on target. So I kept, they call it walking, your shell fire. You advance them as you're going along. And a great many soldiers were killed, Chinese soldiers. They got close, and I told my first sergeant, or my platoon sergeant, have the men fix bayonets. There must have been some groaning at that. And one of the sergeants said, Lieutenant, all we use a bayonet for is to cook our rations. You don't use them for bayonets. Tonight we use them for bayonets. They are not going to take prisoners, not after what we've done. So all across that hill, you could hear the click, click, click of the bayonets. When the Chinese soldiers got into our position, their main attack had failed. They blow the bugles and use whistles and things of that sort. That tells the men to pull back. So the main body pulled back. But we had a few Chinese soldiers who had broken through our position. They were down inside somewhere. So I told the sergeant, have the men use their bayonets and clean them out. And the sergeant said, you kidding, Lieutenant? And I said, have them use bayonets. We start shooting across here, we're going to hit each other. So the men used bayonets and they cleared out whatever Chinese were there or took them prisoner. They did a tremendous job. The next morning the colonel came by because they'd heard about this thing. I started briefing and he noticed I was bleeding and he said, Skip, you've been hurt? And I said, yes, sir. I said, go get yourself patched up. Get yourself fixed up, the sergeants can tell me. The sergeants told him what had happened. He shook his head and said, I can't believe you left them out there. And they said, you did. Lieutenant let us and we stopped them. So the captain said, well, I'll send the colonel, a captain down tomorrow and take the company. You'll have a replacement for Captain Shaw. The sergeants looked at each other and as explained to me later by the colonel, the first sergeant spoke for them, the acting first sergeant said, we don't want a colonel, we want the lieutenant to command the company. He said, I can't give it to a second lieutenant. I've got captains waiting up there. I can't give it to a second lieutenant. And the sergeant said, we'll find out a way to do it, Colonel. We want the second lieutenant. So the colonel went back up, and I was promoted to first lieutenant the next day, which made it a little more palatable. I got the company, let me keep that company. A Company, 5th Regimental Combat Team, for the rest of the war, the rest of the time in Korea. I'm no Joshua Chamberlain at all, but very similar to what happened here. Never heard of him, but it's very similar to what happened. One thing more, thank you very much. One thing more, when we come here with a group, they're going to put a statue of Joshua Chamberlain here next year. This is center of the 20th Main Line. I always put a penny here because I have Mr. Lincoln's face on it. Who has my penny? Would you put it on the monument for the class? Right down here. Just put it there. You'll find a place to put it. Maybe some more there. About with our grip, right where you see the base. This little monument. So now you've paid your respect to Joshua Chamberlain. You have a little better idea of what the man was like, I hope, than you had for Booby. Going to put a penny there with Mr. Lincoln's face on it. Thank you. It's amazing. You'll come here late in the day, there'll be a dozen pennies there. Someone else, they picked up the story from me and they all use it. Now let's walk up to the road. Be careful crossing the road. Men killed on both sides. The Southerners pushed all the way up to this area and win first day's battle. Second day's battle is going to be over there toward Big Round Top and the hill to the left of the Little Round Top. We'll be over there in a couple of minutes. The third day's battle, Pickett's Charge. And he goes straight across this field, and I'll tell you about it in just a second. Let me show you this first, and then we'll tell you about it. This is the North Carolina monument. Soldiers from North Carolina went straight across this field in Pickett's Charge. The left end of the North Carolina regiment that went across here is by that little white stone. The right end would be about 100. Monument depicts what it was like. It's made of bronze from melted cannon. They took some cannon they had during the Civil War, melted them down to make this monument. The man who did the monument is the man who did the monument on Mount Rushmore out in the west. He also did the on Stony Mountain at Atlanta, Georgia, the faces of the Confederate generals. Well, anyway, North Carolina monument. The man down here is the sergeant. He's been wounded. He's telling the other man, don't wait for me, keep going, keep going. So he's waving them on. To his left is a veteran soldier. He knows what he has to do. He's probably scared, but he's going straight away anyhow because he knows that's what he's supposed to do. Behind the veteran soldier is a young man. He's a recruit, a new man. He's scared to death. You know, some of these men went in rifles. They didn't even know how to load them. They had to be shown right on the battlefield. That's one reason why so many died at Gettysburg. So the young man is there and he has a frightened look on his face. He's scared to death. You can't blame him. Pretty rough any time, but particularly the first time. Behind him, to his left, is a man with a beard. He's the old gray veteran. He's telling him, don't be afraid, just stay with me, we're going to be all right. So they start across this field, North Carolina. Their target is a group of 3 trees. You see to a little on right and about a mile across. You see the monument sticking up along there? That's the northern line on the second or third day. The center of the northern line, you remember from the movie, was a group of trees. They call them a copse of trees. A group of trees is a little group right over there. We'll be over there in a few minutes. You guys there last night?
Briefly,
yeah,
yes.
Some idea of what it was. The Confederates sold 15,000. 15,000. The left man is by this little monument out here. The right man is about a quarter of a mile down this way. They went across solidly together rather than being spread out the way we are now. All the way from here down to a barn you may be able to see on the right were Confederate soldiers, 15,000 of them. They stride across this field, it's called Pickett's Charge. They come under heavy artillery along the crest of the hill, open fire. They kill or wound many Confederate soldiers right now along the road over here, just where the That's Pickett's Charge. This is where it started. The left man is by this little monument out here. The right man is about a quarter of a mile down this 15,000. 15,000. All the guns they could, and they needed a flock of them, so they took whatever they could get. We're sure of way. You see where the bus is now. That's close to 1,000 yards away. The rifle would shoot that far. These cannon would shoot that far. Of course, they weren't very accurate. They usually let their enemy get within 2 or 3 football fields before they opened fire. They had several kinds of shells. They had the thing they shot. They had a solid shell. It didn't explode, just a solid shell. And they would plow into the ground and come up. One shell might kill or wound 15, 20. Hey, this man will step over. He has a long stick with a sponge on one end and the other with the other. So reach in with these, and then he pushes it in there and pushes out the barrel. Why is he doing that? Make sure there are no sparks down there, because when the shell is put in, it has some gunpowder in the back, and if it goes off, you're going to have an awful headache. It'll last a couple of days anyway. So he's going to clean out the cannon, and then when he gets it cleaned out, when the shell is put in there, he'll reverse it and push the shell on down. You done this before? All right, now the sergeant, this man over here, he'll take the cannonball, the man who's here, he'll take the cannonball from him. Then when the gun is cleaned out, he'll push the cannonball in, and then you use the other end of your padded thing and push him all the way down. Okay, you guys are doing pretty good. Now while all this is going on, these 2 men back, and depending upon what the sergeant says, they get the shell ready. Where's my sergeant? All right, you give the command. Enemy 500 yards, 5 seconds, they start to work.
Enemy! 500 yards! 5 seconds!
All right, they'll put 5 seconds on the fuse. The first man will give it to him. You stay back there. Who's got the camera? Who's got the shell? Okay, bring it up. Give the shell up here, and he'll put it. I'm sorry, where's my man who's here? He gives it to this man. He'll scoot up here and shove the shell in the end of the barrel, and he uses the pad and push it all the way down. Well, all this good stuff that's going on, where's my gunner? The gunner will go over here, and he will aim the weapon as the sergeant is told him to do. Now, who's over here? She has a little fuse. She has a box of fuses. They're what make the gunpowder go up. So she takes her fuse and pushes it down this little hole. There it goes. Pushes it down. Now the gun's ready to shoot. It's already shooting. The sergeant, if he has to, reminds everyone, get back, because this shell's going to go out. If you're not out of the way, you're going to get knocked away. All right, when it's ready to go, these pellets, that is my gunner. My gunner aims the cannon, sees if it's all right. He's the last one to touch it. There you go. Then he steps back and he yells to the sergeant, ready.
Ready!
Now the sergeant has to back up a bit because this gun will recoil quite a ways. Now when you're ready, steady, give him fire.
Fire!
All right, the gunner pulls the lanyard and the gun will shoot. Now I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. One end of the lanyard he attaches to this fuse up here. Then when he's told to fire, he pulls the lanyard and a bit of flame will go down through here and set off the gunpowder and the cannon will shoot. Some of the gun crews, we have a whole bunch of people on the gun crew. After a little bit of fighting, there may be only 2 or 3 men left. There were women, there were girls in the gun crew too, and so they'll load it with what they have. Let's go through it one time and see how we do it. Try this one for time. When I have more time, I'll have a boy crew over there and a girl crew here, and we do it to see how they do. Well, the boys haven't been listening, of course. They can do it right. I make them do it again. So, okay, let's see who can do it fast. Little girls win it every time. Even if they don't, I let them win. That's how you shoot the gun. Let's try it now. Try it one more time.
Load!
Bring the cannonball.
Enemy! 500 yards! 5 seconds!
Put in the, take a look, the short's aimed right. Put in your fuse. The short's aimed right. Now step back, because this gun is going to recoil. Okay, don't take too long. They're getting close.
Fire!
Close it, and the gun will shoot. If we do this a couple times, we're doing pretty well.
Uh-oh. They're charging at us.
They're ready.
Kill them all. It's the camera.
Open up, please.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you.
Tell the camera how old you are.
I am 14.
Too old. Rachel's room. I don't know who she's sharing it with. Maybe Mary.
Mary and Claire. No, you want to see this amazing And this is Pookie. That's also
Okay, Pookie, can you wave to the camera?
Mary. You have to see. You have to see. Ready? No, watch this.
Wow.
Watch. Ready? Okay, what?
That was Mary's
Ready?
gold
You guys, the door needs to be
medal
open.
flip.
Watch out, guys. Okay, ready?
This is the gold medal flip, you guys. Whoa.
No, you do it wrong. I don't.
Wow.
Ready? Oh, it's my turn. I don't know if I can do it.
Hang on. Wow. Okay, well, see you. We're going to go visit a couple other rooms.
Wow.
I come in here a while ago.
I just broke my nose.
And I'm Ann Ressler, reporting live for Best Historic Parks in the USA. Hello! Here's one of our fine best inns in the little town called Gettysburg. Let's talk to some typical HC students staying here today. Now.
Hey, look, it's Skylar. Hey, you better not.
Is that really filming?
Hi.
Hi.
I hope they're having a good time, okay?
Great time. There's Sabrina.
Sabrina, tell us your views on this.
Scyther, I have a feeling that you're singing the material behind me.
Whoa.
So what are your
hold on.
views?
We need
We're going to Caitlin and Jesse's room. Can I ask Jesse's room? In my room.
Room service.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, it's me.
Hit a whole bunch of people. Dude. Can you give us a hey?
Hot hey.
Pajamas.
Yeah, these Nice
frogs. Yeah, this is our room. Yeah, see, we're doing our hair. Earlier we were doing our homework. If you come over here and look at our bed.
Yeah, see, we're diligent workers.
We can get proof that work was being done
See,
on this trip.
this is where we do our homework. See, we're doing our lovely...
And chips.
No, Katie Boo. See, we're doing our science homework. We're learning about space in the Voyager.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
I have one of these.
Yeah, that's my hair. Thanks.
That's great. Okay.
Fishy.
Yeah, that's our room.
That smiles back.
Bye-bye.
Guys,
I'll be back.
Later. Bye.
Bye, girl. Okay. Bye, lady. Come on. Now we're going to someone else's room. Say hi. Say hi. Sean, can you give us a hey?
John Deere.
I know.
Isn't this the greatest show ever?
That makes sense.
I don't know.
That's coming from the mouth of a very strange kid.
The first game, so it's not.
Jack, I've watched countless people die.
Well, Mr. Sherman.
It's time to beat the possessed shower.
I can see Miss Wells.
Mr. Sherman, it's the result of American Idol.
Mr. Sherman.
Okay, I told you.
Down to the bottom.
I've never seen this show before. I've never seen this.
Anthony better get
But at least they're still in the running.
So who's made the right decision here?
And we'll never know because I'm gonna...
I've never seen this before.
You have made a mistake. You're in the bottom group tonight.
Oh no, I like
How did that?
I is again being saved. Oh no, no, Kate's
You
ending.
may have a seat. Congratulations.
I hate sweats.
Take a seat on the couch.
What is this?
That's Kate's softie.
He's also
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your bottom three.
Anthony's leaving.
I'm in Foot.
Anthony's leaving.
Take a good look. Anthony. One of them is leaving us.
Hold up the camera.
If the calling cards again, I don't know. You gotta dial
I
out.
practiced with my mom.
How are you, Miss
But I
Coffee?
know,
Enjoying
but
your trip?
dialing out here
I'll tell you
sometimes is a
something.
pain.
Hang on.
I was
So if you-
fine until I ran into
Yeah,
Rosemary Betros and a few other
Let me
people.
know.
Yeah, including this
They
gal right
can't
there.
Will you-
In my face.
Did she fall
And
for
now
it?
I don't know who
She fell for it. Would you remind everybody that I didn't and Mr. Sherman didn't, but Mrs. Coffee was
Yes,
an
Miss
easy
Coffee,
mark.
no, she knew what it was. She was just playing along. Trying to make the girls smile. Because she's very smart.
between
She
the
knows
orange and my desk and a can of springs.
Oh, I'm not wearing my...
I have no
This will be an
confidence
eventful year.
anymore.
This is an eventful year for Miss Coffee.
It has been. It has been.
Hey, from Thomas.
Sippy?
Hey! Thomas, can you do like a... I lost from the dance or something like that?
Make sure, by the way, you call him Thomas.
Oh, that's
Yes. Never.
We should all like dance down the hall.
Tom?
Oh, Katie.
You don't like to be called Tom?
Katie, let's wow. Lay down the hall.
Look at everybody.
Take us. Everyone. I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that whole kid in Girl
Whoa. You're gonna get busy.
In the name of the law, before you kill someone, think it over. Wow.
Ben, hey Ben. Can you give us a hey, Ben?
Is your name on the list? What's the secret password?
Of course.
Is your name on the list? Calm down! Is your name on the list?
Get it.
Come on, Claire, give us a hey.
This is Claire.
And Andrew.
She's got some problems. Are over there.
Stop moving. You go.
Man, you guys ran into it.
Guys, put the swords away now. Thank you very much.
It says, I love you. Because Anthony is Caitlin's boyfriend. Or Caitlin, say, I love you, Anthony.
I love you, Anthony. Woo.
Blow him a kiss. Taught by Caitlin.
Oh,
Caitlin is in love with Marshall.
Oh yes, I am in love with Marshall.
Aww.
I don't really like the camera.
Oh, Marshall, you are going to get beat up in high school, but all right, it's okay.
Hello.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to say the same thing to you, Patrick. I told the other Patrick.
What are you all doing in my room?
Someday, you might actually wind up, let's say, at the United States Military Academy, and I will have these pictures to post on the internet. Just think what they will think of you. You will.
That's not funny.
I would lick the camera, but that.
They get the Barbie horse, you guys.
Yeah, I have that one actually.
My sister sat on mine, so she did. I tried her.
You still play with Barbies?
I love Barbies. Barbies are so cool.
Yeah, on my way.
Shout out to all the future generations who are looking up to
Making a
me
shout out.
as a role model, because I want you all to know that I am the example of what it means to be a Gettysburg student. Trustworthy, honest, hardworking, and very modest. Incredible.
She's right here. I am the model student. Not.
Wow. Thank you.
I can't believe you! Stop it!
Guys, it's recording.
No, be honest. Hi. The Gettysburg trip was just absolutely horrible. I cannot. Shut up. Well, you be quiet. Don't lie. I mean, you probably
The trip was excellent, and I would definitely recommend it for future 7th graders. It is the coolest trip ever.
She's lying right now.
Allison, shut up. This is my turn. Hold your mouth.
You're not being very nice
great
right now
trip.
by lying
Mr.
to
Sherman is the best teacher ever. And you definitely, you definitely want to go on the. You definitely want to go on the trip. It's a lot of fun.
The trip was absolutely disastrous.
Allison, shut up.
Oh, I think we were just kidding. But anyways, the trip was really fun, and Mr. Sherman was awesome, and it was just a great experience. So
I would
no
definitely
matter what you
recommend
do,
it
you
for
should
future.
definitely go on. And here is what other students think about it.
I'm Rosemary Petros. I had a great time on the Gettysburg trip. I think, well, I don't really have a favorite part. I like them, so it was really fun. And you should go. It's worth all the work.
And 8th graders, my favorite part of the trip, I have to say, other than the all-you-can-eat buffets, would be definitely just the experience in itself and a whole. Thank you, Mr. Sherman, for taking us. 7th graders, you should go. It definitely is worth it. And read the book and have fun.
Hi, my name is Tyler Christian. On one take.
What's your favorite part of Gettysburg?
Yeah, my favorite part of Gettysburg was, of course, the food. You know, that's a given. And then the fact that we got out of school. Because you can't go over.
Anything educational that you enjoyed?
Yes, that was all good. Everything that was educational was good. What paper you working on?
Let me think. Yeah, my favorite part of the Gettysburg trip have to be the bus ride. I really like that, but mainly the educational part. I like Skip Wenzel's tour. It was really cool. He showed us around. He took us to Devil's Den and showed us these different cannonballs, like in the buildings and stuff. That was awesome. And then he showed us this building. It was all shot up and stuff. And like there were dents in it because of the bullets. And there's cannonballs in the buildings. that was my favorite part.
I'm Skylar Hop, and I think the best part of Gettysburg was tickets charged because I have to play drums. And all that stuff. But yeah, happy.
My name is Marshall Moten, and my favorite part of Gettysburg was jousting.
My favorite part of Gettysburg was the hotel because it was fun. And a lot of people were always in my room. It was kind of weird, actually. And Gettysburg was fun. And you should go to McDonald's because that's the best part. The ice cream is good. Mr. Sherman will tell you to eat breakfast at the place. Don't do it because it's gross. That's all. According to Manor, my favorite part of Gettysburg was definitely tickets charged. That was really, really cool. And to all you incoming 8th graders, anybody can be in Gettysburg. All you have to do is work hard and be a good person. Yeah, it's not very hard. Just do your homework and do your readings. Read the book.
My name is Kelsey Ragsdale, and my favorite part of Gettysburg was also because charge. I thought it was really fun, and just like Corey said, anyone can make it to Gettysburg. It's not really hard, and the quizzes on the book aren't hard at all. You just need to actually read the Killer Angels book and you'll be fine.
We're almost, and I just have to tell you about the composition of the cannibals. This is my favorite part.
Katie, we're done. Yes. Yes! We're actually done now. And I hope you guys enjoyed this movie as much as we did. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Gettysburg trip.
Bye.